Here we are in a series that is really important for DauT if you would like to keep pace with Yo in this group. And obviously really important for Lix if you'd like to get any wins at all. Right now, Lix is 0-9 after 3 sets played. And he's up against DauT, who's been super consistent with 8 wins and 1 loss. Lix is Byzantines, DauT is Japanese. So I imagine both players will aim for taking advantage of the water here. But the water has spawned a bit further away from their bases here, Dave.
Yeah, they got the land generation, which is fairly rare, but I guess it's 25%, right? Because there's 4 different areas that they can spawn opposite the map from each other on this spiral map. And you can see where they are based on where the gold and the stones and berries are all set up. But on this one, we have the cows and sheep available if you kill the fence, and that's exactly what DauT's going to do.
Yeah, and you should know upon finding the berry so close that the water's going to be a bit further away. But it does not cancel out that idea from players' minds. They still could consider that.
What is Lix doing with his scout? Why did he just go right? Does he not know
he didn't
that
actually see the berries? So I think for him, there might be some level of confusion. I don't know. But you got to remember, like, we've cast a lot of Spiral. I am not sure how many times Lix has watched those games. I'm not sure how many times Lix has played it. So it could always be something for him where he's got to adapt to it. But at the end of the day, he was going to dock. So he knows where to go, and so he'll probably head over there, no problem.
Yeah, he was looking for the 2 fish, I suppose.
Yeah.
And he should head over to that side. The other pond might actually be closer for him, but he's going to go over to wood, and then he'll come back towards these berries, find the cow and the sheep.
Yep.
Kill the fence and make his way on through. So, I don't know. Byzantines, Japanese. Japanese seem kind of slow on this map, right? Byzantines, they have the option of going to camels in the mid game, or camel skirm, or castles with extra HP. Japanese, you really got to get yourself set up well economically heading into the late game against Byzantines to find any sort of success.
Yeah, I agree. I think where Japanese shine, and DauT is really good at making use of this, is just the flexibility. So all the wood savings can allow you to have faster fishing ships, more fishing ships, the barracks, the archery range, all those things can come up faster. So I expect to see that from DauT. And honestly, in this matchup, things don't get much better for Japanese as the game goes on. So I think we'll see a lot more urgency from DauT's play in this game than we might see in future games. He might try and force the issue a lot. None of them, dude. They have so much. Oh,
it was Lix.
Lix did it.
Damn, dude. DauT's a demon. He had no hesitation there. Yeah.
You know what's sad, though? I feel like sometimes when the player backs away, they get hit one more time. Like, they pay a price for leaving.
Exactly.
That didn't happen there.
Didn't happen there, but that was kind of like, when someone pulls a pump fake in basketball and then it breaks the guy's ankles, and then he just, like, looks down on him on the floor before shooting the shot. Like the Larry Bird back in the day, you just fake a guy out, he falls over, and you just stare at him for a second, and then you toss it down.
There's probably a lot of people who don't know what this is, and this is also going to shock 90% of people that hear it, but I used to watch, like, the street ball, the, like, and one stuff back in the day. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it was, like, all about, like, I forget the terminology now. It's been so long, but it's been all about, like, flexing on the opponent and, like,
do you remember slam ball?
Oh, dude, slam ball's back, apparently. It's like...
with the trampolines?
It's legitimately back. Not that I've watched.
Dude, that was on Spike TV. That was the golden age of television.
Oh, yes, dude.
Shows like 100 Ways to Die. Oh, my. Or 10,000 Ways to Die or whatever it was. They would, like, take some completely accidental form of death. Like a guy got sucked into his treadmill, right? And they'd turn it into a story about how he was busy peeping on his neighbor washing her car. And it was so bad, dude.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Americanize the hell out of every death.
Yeah, seriously. Wild. Well, I mean, we've got a game here, folks, but I hope you enjoyed the little side combo. What a throwback. Well, here's something notable. Lix didn't take one of his boars. So, does he think that was stolen? Because it is in his fog of war.
He doesn't see it. Maybe he forgot that he has 2 boars on this map.
I think
he has enough food anyway, so it's gonna be a pleasant surprise.
I mean, when he
DauT
sees
is also going forward. That's the weird thing here. We have villagers coming forward from Lix, and we have DauT with a barracks and a villager forward.
DauT is next to. This is so weird. DauT. Okay, let's break it down. First off, DauT doesn't see the berries from Lix. Lix isn't on the berries. DauT sees the boar from Lix. Lix doesn't see his own boar. DauT is walking forward with a villager. Lix has walked forward with 4. They both missed each other and everything that we've said. What happened here?
Why are they agreeing to both make a barracks on the edge of the opposite spiral?
Well, both players are trying to focus on the other's berries, and neither player's taking the berries. I mean,
I like this approach from Lix, though. This is what he needs to do. He needs to pressure DauT.
Yeah.
Definitely. And DauT is getting men-at-arms, and DauT has found the wood line, I believe, at the back here.
Lix needs to react. Lix needs to react here. Lix needs to pay attention at home. Lix needs to pay attention at home. Lix needs to look at home at some point. Oh, okay, well, it's just 1 vill. So actually, you could have walled the others, or you could just fight it all off.
He's going in, dude. Japanese men-at-arms, they're nothing compared to the ferocity of Lix's villagers.
Or so he thought. And meanwhile, we've got the great spearman attack on fishing ships, on Japanese fishing ships, from Lix, and I mean, Lix doesn't know where to do damage right now because DauT isn't on the berries. So he's very confused and obviously feels very behind at the moment.
Well, DauT is coming out to the berries now, but Lix has conveniently pulled away, and Lix finds the tower from DauT behind his own wood line.
Yeah, he saw that vill.
Because he had Town Watch. Now, knowing DauT, he might not realize this vill is being attacked and might look back when the tower is at 50% denied and there's a dead villager body. But he does pull it away, okay.
Yeah, the villager's being pulled away. The scout from Lix is going to come over. There's also an archer from DauT, and the man-at-arms are coming. So actually, DauT's villager might actually survive here because of this, and that's really good play from DauT. And I mean, tower, which is now being attacked by a fire, like, in terms of the damage output, Lix has accomplished so little.
Yeah, let him cook. DauT's got archers over here, too.
Yeah. And then the boar still hasn't been taken by Lix, right? So this would be an optimal time to maybe take that.
He sees it now.
I mean, we wanted a messy series. We got a messy series here. This has been the messiest opening to Spiral game I think I've seen.
Yep.
It's just been DauT. You know, he's opted for the aggression on the front to try and stop the Byzantines, and he's done way more now. He's killed 3 villagers, has not lost a fishing ship, of which he's had 4, and his opponents just had the 3. And both players also don't have a scout right now, which makes defense awkward here.
Well, DauT is adding a stable with that villager on 8 HP. So he's going to have to hope to keep that guy alive and get the stable up. And Lix is going out for the boar, but it is hard to pay attention to your boar villager while everything else is going on. It is very difficult to pay attention to your boar villager. And this is why you don't take boars in the middle of feudal age, and you take them in the dark age when normal people take boars.
And just didn't see it, I guess. And I think what you had said is correct. I think that he felt like, I don't need this. It doesn't feel like I'm missing something because he had so much food income.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he hasn't played the map much.
Well, now he feels like he's missing something because that villager isn't there anymore. Please,
no, Lix. Okay, thank God. He did tower his wood line, by the way. DauT's now sitting underneath that tower.
There's no way he loses this vill underneath the TC, right? Okay,
he didn't. We're good. We've lost.
Men-at-arms are in on the tower, though.
We've lost some villagers on the wood line, though, for Lix. It does say Lix has... Oh, yeah, of course he lost a villager earlier. This has been a game. This has been a game. This game has happened. It is happening right now.
It is one of the games of all time.
Yes, absolutely. This is the best Lix versus DauT game we've ever seen
on Spiral.
In Titans League history. Yeah, on Spiral. Ever. In all of the world's existence.
It's entertaining, though. Now I'm in a position where I really want Lix to win.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
really want him to come back from this, because if he came back from this, it'd be so hype, dude.
I mean,
He has had a rough go.
Lix has brought DauT to his type of game, at least, right? Like the chaotic, messy game where strategy's been thrown out the window past a certain point. That's what this is.
Maybe kill a villager with skirms?
Yep.
Like Mr. Yo?
Uh-oh. We've miscalculated. The spearmen are out of position. The spearmen need to be here. The tower is now down. Lix is running. The villagers should be fine, though.
Spearmen are on the way. Okay. Don't panic. Skirmishers will find the villagers now on the hunt, and Lix goes for a tower in the middle of a field, but it does range the gold to some extent, and it ranges the stone, and it gives him a place to, base his attack out of, as that villager just calmly takes 15 javelins in the back.
If you were to forget the names for a second, just really stare at the screen. Tell me this is a top 24 game. And everything about this is so hectic and crazy. It doesn't make sense, but it's Lix. And this is the Lix energy we wanted to see.
Yep.
And we've got it finally in round number 4.
But DauT is matching that energy.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
really
problem,
is.
Right? DauT came forward. DauT made things super crazy. And now DauT is pushing this back with villagers, and the scouts from DauT are just so tough for Lix to deal with. He's not making any more spearmen. He's got this one spearman here still, and then he's got a bunch of skirms.
Yeah.
Once DauT takes care of that spear, this army is dead.
Yeah, and there needs to be another spear on the way. There is. Dave, look at Lix's starting TC. Look at that eco for a second. I
don't want to look at it.
Okay, well, if you do, it's a sign that he's been looking on the front and solely on the front throughout these attacks. And he's still in the game because DauT scouts have not done enough. By the way, hilarious to me, DauT is producing from Lix's side to then send the scouts home.
DauT is taking out the fish from Lix now.
Yeah, he did.
He did take out the final fishing ship. The skirmishers do end up killing another villager in the eco KD. I mean, it's 8 to 14, but a lot of those have been fishing ships, Copium.
Yeah, I mean, DauT's got farms. Lix doesn't have a single one, which is an issue. Lix is just now building his first mill, actually. Oh, and he's made his mill in the worst spot possible for this. We talked about this at the start of the event.
Bro, make it a tile deeper or make it on the outside. Bro.
That is the most useless mill ever. It's going to be so cluttered. Well, knowing Lix, he's going to make a mill on DauT's side now. And he's going to learn from his mistakes and make a better mill.
He's just going to go for a douche.
Actually, he might. You can see it. By the way, I mean, villagers in the tower from 10 minutes ago, Dave, still there. Poor Lix.
God, that one.
Yeah, that, that home.
Oh, no.
And poor Lix just calls the GG, and it's kind of reminiscent of some of the other games we've seen from Lix. It was weird to see him not scout the board. I mean, I think if you don't scout it and you're experienced enough to know there's 2 boars, you at least check that area, right?
Yeah.
He would have never gone there had DauT not taken him there. And ultimately, DauT opened up very aggressively this game, found immediate reward, expanded onto the fish, expanded into farms, not really onto the hunt, and played a much better game here. DauT now feeling good, but probably a little scared of what's going to come on the next map, if this is anything to go by.
I mean, like, the fact DauT they both went for a barracks on opposing spirals.
Yeah.
Forward. And then DauT adding the range was pretty smart there, coming in with the men-at-arms. Lix he just didn't care.
Yeah.
Right? He just didn't care at all, and he got punished for it.
I like that, like, the chaos was good, but Lix didn't put himself in a position to succeed here because he didn't have good eco setup. And yeah, the man-at-arms from DauT, that could see that paying off, but we did see a lack of ability with lack of faith in his own quick walling when the man-at-arms shown up. Because I think there was one villager on the side of the lumber camp. That one's probably dead. You just wall the other ones. That's what a lot of players would do. But
El Dorado.
Crazy. Yeah, El Dorado will be game 2 where Lix might go for more crazy stuff. Okay, so there was a game. It was Cyclops against Vinchester in gold, okay? And there was not one castle in the middle from Cyclops. There was not 2 castles. There was 3 castles. 2 were in the middle, and then one was on Vinchester's starting TC. And Vinchester won that game.
What?
He won the game because Cyclops was trying to go Samurai, and Vinch was just like farm booming around the whole map going light cav, and eventually the other guy had no food. So that was pretty ridiculous. But yeah, I like this map a lot as well. I'm really curious to see their approach here because we've got Lix going for the Malay choice, which is different than what he did in the first round. He went Chinese and he focused primarily on land. The Malay have done well on water, and then DauT has gone for Khmer, which to me is more of a land-focused pick.
I mean, DauT might feel like his success against running. Was he playing as Khmer there? I think he was playing as Khmer there.
He was
as
Romans
well, right?
in that game.
Romans. Yeah, but he might feel like the success there implies that if he just takes water control and hangs on the edges, he doesn't even need like the Golden Stone.
Yeah.
And Khmer is still a good civilization for contesting the Golden Stone, but if you ever lose access to that, you can come back, which is superior eco.
Yeah, I think based on how things have gone with Lix in TTL, I think he's just going to go for crazy castle timing and try and drop a castle in the middle, right? You're 0-10. He's probably lacking confidence, and then he may even have lacked prep here. Would not surprise me at all if he under-focuses on water and just tries to drop the castle. But it's a really difficult balance, right? Because you can't just say, oh, control water, because then you could lose all the access to the stone and gold, and you do need that as well. So it's just a really snowbally map where everything has to be finely tuned, and I don't think we've seen most players figure this out yet. I think the best player on this map has actually been Hera. In fact, anyone who's playing against Hera over the next 2 rounds should never let El Dorado be played, because Hera's won every single round. One game on El Dorado.
Yep.
And he's actually gone to the gold second every single time, but he's always had really good focus on food on the outside and has just gone light calf to dominate the game.
I mean, he's probably preventing the castle from going up in the optimal position too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's fine if they get a castle on their side of the Golden Stone. They get a castle like in the middle on your side of the Golden Stone, can be an issue.
Yeah,
can be a
true.
big issue. And there's multiple times in these games where, you know, it's very obvious your opponent's going for a castle and players aren't putting like a foundation or anything.
Yeah, they're not trying to
area.
block it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had control, making a couple houses in crucial spots would actually be smart.
Yeah, it would be really good. All right, so docks are up here on the edges. A little bit faster for Lix than for DauT, but DauT is going to get the fishing ship out right away. Lix 70% complete, so he should have a little bit of a lead here. And Lix's eco should be better than DauT's when he clicks up to Feudal Age, because he can click a little bit later. However, if DauT ever gets kicked off water, he can just farm wherever he wants. He doesn't need to set up mills or anything. Super nice with Khmer.
Yeah, you don't have to make a mill to farm. You don't have to make a mill before a market. Like, those things could all become very handy for DauT. And Lix has scouted that, so good scouting thus far. DauT's going to try and scout here as well. Lix's villager should be fine because DauT is going to pass, but Lix didn't wall the shorefish villager, which is very rare. Normally, you're always walling that so it doesn't get picked off by a scout, and DauT should kill it because every win matters, and because the villager's not loomed, and Lix is going to lose a vill. What are we doing here, Lix? What are we doing? What's going on? I'm not being too harsh when I say, like, that should never happen, right?
Yeah.
At
You
this
need
level?
to wall in your vill.
Yeah.
You always do.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
like tournament rule number 1, hybrid map, you wall in your dock vill.
Yeah.
Even
exactly.
before you finish building the dock, you're walling it in.
Yep. It's the top 24, right? There's a different level of expectation, but even if we're talking top couple hundred, that should be happening.
Big walls from Lix.
Is this fast castle? No,
Yep.
it's just really delayed feudal, probably.
Oh, never mind. Really delayed? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Is it
really
gonna be
delayed
there
based on what's
first?
possible.
Yeah, he's gonna be there first.
All right, so DauT doesn't have to make the mill to build the farms. He also doesn't have to make the barracks as a prerequisite for the stable. There's lots of food income for him, so I'm expecting DauT to try and go scouts. And DauT scout's going to run right through the middle of the map. Now, another thing about this map is you can see that middle area. So right now, as you're approaching Feudal Age, if you're trying to wall this of your Lix, I think you should maybe even pull another Vill. But DauT's not headed towards the wall right now. Lix is actually just bringing his scout over as well, which is pretty smart thinking.
What time are you at? I accidentally hit the fast forward key.
Oh, 9:15. Do you want to pause and just sync up again, or?
Yeah, 9:28 for me. So let me know.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. We're good.
Cool.
Both hit feudal. DauT adds the stable to no one's surprise. But this is also why you wall, if you're Lix. Because it's hard for you to compete with that. He'll have his walls down. Lix will also have barracks coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So good work from him. And I guess the weakness for DauT at the moment is just the fact that he's got the weaker scout, so he's unable to really push forward with confidence because Lix is all over him there. And Lix sees the stable, and he should have spears available. Honestly, apart from losing the villager, really good opening from Lix. He is going to make another
What do you
dock.
think the follow-up is here for him? Because he hasn't gone for a fire.
Yeah.
He's making another dock there.
I think
But he's still not producing.
what I would try and do is I would just go for like 7 fish, and then you make your own fires. So you try and squeeze out as many fishing ships as possible while still being on time to defend from the opponent's fire galleys. So like, he's adding fires now, but I think with 2 docks, just kind of fish and fire, and then wait till Castle Age is the plan. And I think it's
has
really
only
good.
made 1 scout here.
Yeah. Because he saw the walls, I guess.
Yeah, he is just not over-investing. And you look at his food. His food is looking super good. He's also got 7 on gold. He's using a little bit of gold to go for the fires, but with this food gather rate, like he can be up to castle relatively soon.
Mm-hmm. I like that from DauT because it's so easy to just want to make scouts with Khmer. And he actually has made informed decisions here, seeing what his opponent's gone for.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the range idea from Lix. Just like 2 archers with 2 spears could be really awkward for DauT because you kind of know DauT doesn't want to make anything else until Castle Age on land.
Yeah. So you like force out a tower on the gold, or you force his villagers to fight you, or you force him to make more scouts and take bad trades. It is a good approach if he can get the archers there in time. I think he's already missed his window though.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because DauT is adding a range right now.
It's interesting. That's game sense from DauT. That's DauT thinking I'll feel a lot more comfortable if I'm not exposed against an archer switch.
Mm-hmm. And it's also, if in doubt, I can go cav archers because I like those.
True. I don't know. Would even DauT go for Khmer cav archers? I guess
I've
they're
seen
not
him
horrible.
do it before. They're pretty good.
They get full blacksmith upgrades. Not sure about everything else. Actually, the spearmen could have been enough of a threat, right? Because the spears have that armor, plus the scout. So that's probably why he added the range here.
Castle Age is on the way from DauT. I just wonder, like, does he expand outwards with TCs? Probably 1 additional TC, but is it going to be in the middle there? Because your opponent knows. For anyone who hasn't seen this map before, it's all visible in the center.
Yeah.
So if you expand out there, your opponent is going to know. And then that's a target for melee that are probably going to be up to Castle Age at a similar time. And could either go for mangonels or a castle. And Lix is on stone right now.
Lix's approach has been really good, though. He's added the fish, which I wanted to see. He's added some nice amounts of feudal age army, but not too much. This has been much better from him.
Fires are defending on the left side, but there's more fires coming in on the right side of his base.
Yep. Yeah, that's the,
Still
that's
keeping
the only
DauT
thing.
kind of inside with the army, though.
You know,
so that's good.
Actually, that it's a pretty big deal, actually, that Lix only has 2 fire ships. He's going to save that one, though, which is impressive.
Beautiful. And the fires from DauT attack the dock and give him advance warnings. So really nice stuff there.
But Lix isn't producing any more fires. He's actually done so, as I said that, but...
He's going to Omega repair this one.
You know what I think the most important upgrade is in Castle Age for both? And I think only one's going to do it. I think it's War Galley.
Maybe.
Like,
It's just free to snipe fish if you have War Galley.
Yep. Well, Lix
Lix
definitely
doesn't
not
have the res for that.
produced as much. Yeah, and DauT has produced a lot more Navy, so I'm expecting to see it from DauT, who made skirms and archers to force back Lix. Lix wants a castle, Dave.
He doesn't have a market, by the way.
Need to protect his villagers if they run to the middle. Lix doesn't have a market? Oh, true.
He doesn't have a market, so he can't buy the stone, so he's going to have to wait for this stone to come in naturally.
Yeah.
So he might lose his timing window, but he does take he takes a good fight against that scout.
Yeah.
And DauT is going for that TC in the center.
Ooh.
And if Lix sees that, that is a huge target
Yeah.
for these villagers to come put a castle down there. And he's still a spearman alive to potentially deal with that knight.
I mean, pretty much what we expected, right? Like, DauT gonna focus more on water. Lix probably won't focus on it as much. Lix wants to be the castle type of guy. But, you know, how can Lix get to the middle right now? He's gonna send a lot of ills.
Yeah. Walk? Fly? I don't know, dude. It feels like you could fit one in a little bit closer than that.
Yeah, I agree.
Why not?
The castle's so critical. You have to place it further so it could range the town center and more of the gold.
He'll get another one. He'll get another one eventually. So DauT's TC is going to be ranged, but the gold and the stones are still takeable there.
Yeah. DauT should make a mining camp so his villagers aren't wandering too far away.
And War Galley, you're right. War Galley is in for DauT. Lix didn't have the resources for that, so he's still making fire galleys. And his fish are still alive, but pretty soon there's going to be no fish at all over here. So he's going to have to expand into the navy.
Really curious what DauT's plan is, though, because, like, karambits could mass so quickly. I know the food eco is going to be abysmal soon for Lix, but still. Is DauT worried that he could lose all those vills? I'm worried that Lix won't have food. And he's just going to have the golden stone, and he's going to need to create things or build things that cost just golden stone soon. So maybe monks and more castles could be in order for Lix.
It's fine. You just make a dock on your own little pond and go for fish traps with Malay. Easy.
Did you see what Viper did versus Sobek?
No, I didn't see that.
Viper
I remember Viper on houseboat.
Viper never docked the outside. He docked his TC area in Dark Age.
Of course he did.
And he went fish traps. The game was insane, and Viper eventually won.
Of course he did. I'm waiting for someone to dock there and then bait the opponent in and then demo them when they come in. Same with Frigid Lake.
Dude, I'm telling you, I had a game of Frigid Lake against Song where I was about to lose.
Yeah.
I was about to lose my Imp TC, and I had to dock that area and use demos to take out Mangonels.
I love how you messaged me immediately after the game, too.
Yeah, you're the only one that would appreciate it.
You're like, be proud of me.
Oh. Well, fishing ships have gone down for Lix, but it hasn't been insane amounts. A key thing to remember, though, is he's got to protect his main base as well, as DauT's pushed forward with Elite Skirm. Kind of a weird thing to be attacking infantry with, but it is possibly going to be able to do the job.
I mean, the +2 armor for these spearmen actually mattering here.
Yeah. And the big issue is the Karambits.
And he's blocking him? No, you should have gotten in the wall. Blocked it.
DauT also tried to kill the Mangonel, lost his knight. His TC's now down in the middle, Dave. He doesn't have the stone for a castle yet. This is insane. This is the type of map that a player who hasn't won anything yet can snag a win on if things go right. Let's see if Lix can do it. He doesn't have enough for a castle. DauT takes the Mangonel.
Damn, those houses from DauT looks like he's about to play the hottest game of musical house. He's gonna hop all over the place.
Oh, man. If only Lix would have kept that Mangonel alive.
Forward. You should have made it forward. I think you could squeeze one in there, right?
I agree. Yeah, the original castle position has not done Lix any favors. And DauT sniping that Mangonel, giving him the opportunity to drop this castle. If Lix realizes DauT will go up, DauT also has Bodkin, so DauT's castle will range quite a bit, and DauT can still take gold in the middle.
And if you're thinking DauT's food eco isn't looking that hot, well, he's got 15 fishing ships now.
And
he's
farmers.
taking full advantage of that area. And, well, with gold access now, he could maybe sell res to get up to Imperial Age. He could just wait for the food to come in naturally and the gold to come in naturally with 14 on gold. And Lix is focused on Imperial Age, but DauT is going to have a much better eco.
Yeah, I like
when
it. I like how DauT has recognized Lix isn't going to go water anymore. He's just forgotten about it. So, dock in the south, adding fish. Dock in the west, adding fish. And then you farm.
He should kill the fish from Lix, though. He should kill them.
Yeah, I think ideally you're still producing there, too. And Lix will send his fires both directions, I think. He's got 2 more he just forgot. Dave.
Ram?
What if Lix...
Yes.
Because he already has a castle in the middle. What if he castles DauT's base right on this hill?
Could be good, right? You open things up and then you can get more karambit production.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy, right? But right now, Lix is trying not to spend food on things. He wants to go up to Imperial Age.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, it's like you got to do either or, not both, Lix. Not both.
I think you castle just to the side here with where his villagers are right now.
Yeah.
And then you go up to Imp.
Okay. So we find ourselves in a similar situation where someone prioritizes Imp, prioritizes the castles for Trebs, but then that player's way behind in eco. And DauT should be going all in stable units against this. Like Cav, probably because he won't have tons of gold. And then also, whatever knights he can afford. And he should be able to kill Trebs. And if the Trebs do come out, Lix needs to wall them in.
Yep.
Like fully wall them with stone walls would be really smart.
Karambits are in the back, being annoying against DauT's eco, but I mean, he still has all the fish, right? Lix actually going for double layer palisade wall at home. He doesn't want to spend the stone.
Yeah.
Like, he just wants double layers, so DauT has to click twice to get in. He knows the threat, and the difference between this and like the game that Running played, feels like Running wasn't adding eco behind at all.
Yeah, it's true.
Against DauT, right? But Lix actually has like
He's done a good job,
51 vills. He's still got some fishing ships alive. And he's definitely going to be way faster to Imp. Just needs to make sure he has gold and wood available to immediately produce Trebs and try and take this stuff down.
And the tricky thing is because Malay are getting free upgrades, right? And they're really important upgrades. The armor on the infantry is if Lix can afford pikemen or just make more karambits, like those units are pretty strong against Lightcap. Whereas with any other civ, you're an Imp, but you don't have upgrades because you just can't afford to get them.
DauT should cancel that ram. There's no way. Lix just has a Mangonel there. He's already got karambits.
Oh, man.
No way the Castle Age ram push is going to work here. I don't think, anyway.
I was looking at Lix's wood line right now. DauT is thinking about going for it. DauT should go for the gate. How are you supposed to defend that gate?
You can't.
Well, I guess the monks are close enough.
But the knights will get through before the monks get the conversions, right?
Yeah, they should. DauT should run through. He doesn't run through. And DauT's castles will start to be trebbed down. Now, this is where we need walls around those trebs, if you're Lix. DauT's going to have to take some pretty big risks here. He's up 40 villagers. But he is going to lose access to all the stone and gold in the middle. This is a crazy game.
He's in another game like this.
Yep. I love it.
On the same map.
It's El Dorado, man. I love it. I feel like on paper, most games on El Dorado should play out this way. It's just players have taken some time to figure it out, and Lix knows his vulnerabilities are at his main base and not the middle right now.
There is a hole into the base, and DauT just
went
right past that
hole.
I saw
that, yeah. Like if DauT ran through there, it would be disastrous for Lix's eco.
But DauT's going to lose his castles, man. And he's still queuing up rams. He's going to try for a big ram push here. Karambits come out so quick, though, man.
Yeah, but
it's going to be so tough to fight this. You also have a Mangonel behind from Lix.
But like he's going to lose the bulk of his Karambits in the north, and DauT's going to have a ton of light cav. DauT's almost 150 pop. You're right, though. That is quite a few Karambit warriors.
Behind from Lix. I like that TC in this base.
This is where you need everything stonewalled at your main base, Lix. You needed stonewalled yesterday, dude.
And stonewalls in front of your trebs.
Yep.
There they are. Yes.
That's the key. That's
Mangonel
the key.
behind. Gate behind.
Can Lix get a win?
House.
Lix hasn't won it all in TTL thus far. Here comes DauT with the Rams.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Let's go, Lix.
And a couple Karambits will certainly help here, Dave. DauT is massacring Lix's economy, though. Lix has forgotten his base because he's looking at his castles, which he will have, Dave, but he's 60 eco behind, and it's going to get worse for him.
Oh,
it's going to get way worse for him.
Someone's got to ring that alarm, bro. Just lost half of his population over there in his base, but he won the battle in the center, and DauT was maybe distracting him quite a bit. Lix, though, has a ton of Karambits. He could run into DauT's eco.
I mean, at what point? There is a point where you can't even leave the middle because DauT can make it so much. And DauT's still been able to take gold here, actually. Look how scared Lix is with those trebs. That was a great play from Lix to keep his trebs alive, but great play from DauT to just stick to the food eco. farm like crazy, and then find the main base. Oh, man. Big fight in the middle now, Dave, where we've got some pikes with light cav, with karambits, but for DauT, he can make light cav forever.
Yep. His food is coming in so quick now.
Oh, wow.
And he's coming for a second ram push. Lix managed to stop the first one. He won't stop the second one.
The Mangonel is going to get sniped by DauT's light cav, and now the Trebs are going down for Lix, and the Rams are here. Meaning one of the two castles will probably fall, and Lix is at 70 pop, and he's probably like, I thought the middle would win me this game.
What a push from DauT. There's 9 battering rams, Tristan.
Crazy. And then a dozen or so stables spamming light cav and knights all the time. DauT's still actually mining gold throughout all of this. This might be the end of the game. I don't know how you stop this. You just don't have eco anymore if you're Lix.
No, you can't. You can't. And I think this is all off the back of letting DauT's fish get out of control.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like he said, 19 fish this whole time, and then he was able to spam vills, got the farms up, able to spam military, and it's wild now.
Yep.
You can't stop this.
If you build up for the castle in the middle and imp, you will sacrifice everything else in most cases. And that's what happened here. And it was still a great game from Lix. Like, his strategy absolutely could have worked here. But amazing play from DauT to know the map. This map has been around a very long time. Not the first time that DauT has played this in a tournament. So I love how he recognized, forget imp.
God.
I'll just stay Castle Age. I don't need imp. I don't need the gold. GG.
GG. Holy DauT. Can you just chill for a second? Like, oh my God, bro. That push was insane.
Yeah, and I love the thought process too. I'm not going to wall my base, play wide open. We didn't see a single palisade from DauT the entire game.
Well, he has 55 houses. Why would he need a palisade?
You know what I really would want to see is I would want to see what happens in DauT's eco if he rings his town bell. Because Khmer villagers hop inside the nearest house if the town bell is rung.
He did make a mill over there, Tristan. I don't know if that was his berry mill. I don't know where his berries were, but there is a mill near his farms. So maybe it was.
I think that was originally where he farmed, to be honest. But maybe he would have needed the mill to get horse collar, at least, right?
True.
So, we're going to see more El Dorado, and I'm telling you, the key is the fish, right? The players who have that food eco on the outside are able to kill the castle approach, because the castle approach isn't everything. But Lix needs that castle to be more forward, dude.
Yep.
DauT being able to take as much gold as he did, a lot of that does come down to the fact that Lix just didn't really wedge that castle in a better position. Res collected, though, DauT with 39,000 resources. Lix with 23,000 collected. Here we are. And interesting civs, Dave. We've got Mongols for, I think, second time, in TTL Platinum on Hideout. It was actually Viper this past week who tried that. And I think the first time we've seen Turks and Platinum on Hideout for DauT here on his home map. Turks, Mongols, let's go.
Well, Turks are one of the best civs on this map. And Mongols are kind of question mark for me right now. What Lix is going to go into.
I mean, late game's amazing. But late game's also amazing for Turks.
Yep.
It's also scary if the Turks can go fast castle into Janissary. So I could see Lix trying to go tower rush.
I think even late game is like Turks, Cav Archers, Hussar.
They can actually compete with Mongols, right?
Yeah.
Like both civs have really good Cav Archers.
And you're not gonna have enough gold to get the full siege complement for Mongols.
Yeah.
Along with that. So
if this was a ladder game, right? If I was playing ranked on Hideout, I would go tower rush, like man-at-arm tower. And then apply pressure. You probably won't kill DauT early, but what you can do with that map control is stonewall then the choke point between you and take it from there.
Yeah, but in a ranked game, you would have randomed into Mongols to do this.
Yeah, exactly. But
you wouldn't have picked them.
Yeah, but I just don't see a world where going Castle Age and like booming feels that natural. I swear I just heard
Well,
something die on screen.
No. Oh.
I don't think I think I'm just hearing things. Maybe that was just like my neighbor. I'm just kidding. Hopefully
He's
didn't
dead.
die. hopefully I don't find out later. It's true. That would be pretty bad.
I don't know, man. I've heard some stories about your neighbor.
Dude, it's like, can you imagine? They're like, the streamer heard his neighbor was in pain and he made a joke about it.
They bring me to the stand. I remember the last story Tristan told me about his neighbor. It wasn't good. Do you have any reason to suspect him? Oh, I don't know, man.
Well, it's right now. We're gonna see 4 on wood for Licks. Still doesn't tell us too much, but we'll see what he builds up towards here. But if it does go late, the relic generation has definitely benefited Licks here. In fact,
all 4 on his
all
side?
4.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 is just a little bit further away from DauT, but at least 3 are much closer to Licks, which is going to be beneficial.
If you go for the Men-at-Arms approach, tower approach, what benefit are you... And it looks like he is, because he's going for the barracks now. What benefit are you getting as the Mongols going for that?
You're just using the fast food that you get in a way that benefits you as early as possible. That's the main thing.
I guess your scouting, too, is better.
Yeah, and like, the other aspect of it, too, is... You know, if we're thinking Castle Age, like Turks getting the Light Cav upgrade for free on the stable builds is really good. Turks dropping the castle and freely pushing forward with Janissary is
So you want
really
to force
good.
a fight in feudal,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
just make it so even if DauT goes fast castle, there's some some risk in that. I am curious though on why Licks would have chose Mongols over maybe like Spanish, because I feel like Spanish could have been good as well here. So he just chose the Mongols.
Even like Bulgarians, if you're going to go for a strat like that.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully, the issue with Bulgarians is maybe the follow-up and the late game.
Yeah.
But then again, Bulgarian late game is actually pretty good. But, okay, we're going to see this. Now, I mean, I've played quite a few players who do this strat. Players who actually, like, force pick on hideout and just do Mongol man-at-arm one range, and it can be really strong. So I believe in the strategy. Licks has found DauT.
Unfortunate for Licks that, well, DauT's villagers are dancing with that hunt. I'm sure he was pissed off at that. But unfortunate for him that the stone and gold has both spawned in a really good spot for DauT.
That's a good point, yeah.
You can easily wall this off. Like double layer wall, little in front of the TC. Even if Licks gets in, it's going to have safe stone. And then if you have safe stone, you can make your gold safe and force down some towers. Because you're going to have more villagers forward than Licks will.
I want to
Licks
see...
is only still sending 1 villager.
It's just going to be for range, I think. Just one range, couple archers to attack any of the villagers that might repair. And DauT will drop a barracks. Now, this is already not a build where I think DauT's going to be able to go for Castle Age.
Oh, he
easily.
walls this villager in.
True, not the dock villager previously.
Yeah.
Lessons learned, I suppose. Man-at-arm upgrade on the way. Didn't take his berries at all, which is notable. And there goes the attack. I don't know why we're attacking there.
Because he can fit all 4 units on the,
on
the wall.
True.
And it's far away for DauT. And that was really close, bro. That was super close.
I mean, the house is going to be, a spot of worry for DauT as well eventually here. But, DauT can only wall behind for so long because there will be archers. And then DauT is going to be off of berries. And then DauT can't invest into his buildings. And basically, DauT's fast castle, even if it still happens, will be slower and it will be more disrupted. That's the idea here. I think in a second, once you have your first archer, you shift to the gate. Maybe not, because I guess buildings could be placed behind it.
Maybe. I mean, there's a barracks there, right? So it's tough.
DauT no loom, by the way, because he was not necessarily expecting pressure. So he can only play this game for so long before he loses villagers.
Really? You're against Mongols in Licks on hideout and you're not expecting pressure?
He also hasn't queued loom, Dave. He has not queued the loom upgrade.
About it. Okay, now he queues it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's good. He's good to go. But this is still like, this is a lot of wood spent on walls, a lot of villager time spent on walls, and here he comes with the tower. Like, he is definitely scared.
Licks, don't lose your vill, dude.
Gets in here.
It would bother me so much if he loses this vill. He's got no loom himself here, Dave. Whoa! Oh, baby! Nice quick wall licks.
That's what we're talking about. Now send some spearmen forward or something.
Big licks energy. Let's go. I like how the villager just leaves immediately. Like, yeah, I've still got no loom. Come and try and kill me.
Yeah.
But look at the reaction, right? Villagers have been pulled all these different ways. A lot of villager time where they haven't been collecting resources. DauT wanted to go for a castle, and now he's got to go for a range, and he needs to go for skirms with Turks. Like, this is really good play from Lix. And DauT could be in trouble. The stone and the gold are exposed. He's actually making a tower now on his gold because he's worried about this.
And Lix doesn't really have idle time behind this. The berries are kind of messy for him.
Yep.
And of course, I mentioned it, and he's got LCC time. But he is in with the army. The scout is trying to get that villager, and Lix just won't allow it. He won't let it happen.
I understand you're a little bit more bold than me as a player, but you would have researched Loom with this Vil after the first instance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Just making sure, because, like, Lix doesn't seem to care.
Look at this. Like, just look at this for a second. Just look.
I'm looking.
Nice defensive tower there, DauT. And he's good. He deletes the foundation. Lix is just trying to force DauT to invest on stone. He could dive, and he probably should dive. He definitely shouldn't make a tower right there, right?
Nah, I think it's fine. He's
Well, I
getting
guess
Loom.
if that's within fletching distance and he can garrison his archers,
Yep.
and he would force DauT to get
is.
fletching, then that's decent.
Yeah. Look at DauT's food eco. It's abysmal. And then you look at
got a
Lix's food
farm.
eco, and Lix's food eco is farms and berries is looking really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if DauT makes it to Castle Age, he's not going to have the stone for a castle right away. This is an awesome strategy from Lix.
It's good execution, honestly.
Yeah.
Really, really solid. It's not just the strategy. I think he's playing very well here.
This feels like his comfort zone, right? Whereas, like, maybe game 1 and game number 2, because he didn't play the maps a lot, and they're not in ranked and whatnot, wasn't really used to them.
Archers are dead.
Yeah.
From DauT. He managed to save one of them. The tower is now up. The archers will be garrisoned there. The men-at-arms and the scout will die,
I think we jinxed him. I think we jinxed him. We said it was great. But still, I like the harassment. Because who's going to go to Castle Age first off this? It might even be Lix.
I think it's Lix. DauT has 1 on food.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. he's trying to get it set up.
Okay, so...
He doesn't even have a market.
In terms of the standings, we already know that Lix is relegated, regardless. I'm pretty sure. But for DauT, if he loses this, he's then 1 win behind Yo. The positive, though, is that I think that pretty much makes it a situation where it's like win the final series between Yo and DauT anyways, right? So I guess, maybe this wouldn't have the biggest negative consequences for DauT if he were to lose, but still, a win's a win. $40 is $40, and you want to be top of the group here, and everyone else is 3-0'd this guy, so...
Castle Age is on the way. DauT has 300 food.
Wow.
Damn, Lix.
Sick.
Good job, man.
This is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, DauT's probably going to make a market soon to start buying some food, because his eco's all out of whack here. Something DauT's done a great job on is producing out of his TC. The rest of his eco's been a mess. 21 on wood, 7 on food. The balance isn't there, but at least has as many workers as possible. Look at Lix. He just drops the stable. Still, oh no, got Loom, I guess.
He's got a good farm eco behind it,
Yeah.
all things considered. 11 farms. Hard to call that a good eco, but I mean,
Yeah.
comparatively, really nice.
I guess he just goes Night Siege on this, to be honest. And DauT, pretty far away from Castle Age. His base is open, right? He would have to make another layer of palisade walls within his base of palisade walls to keep the knights out. And DauT's not necessarily known for incredible quick walls. So if he gets surprised by it, I could see a knight or two getting into the back wood line or into the stone. And there's a market at home for Lix to maybe consider buying stone if he wants to boom. I could see him buying food, though, with the way his eco's looking, honestly.
Archer's coming out from DauT. Let's see what the micro's like from Lix. Lix gets 1. DauT gets 1. Lix gets another. DauT gets another.
Yep, 2-2 there.
And DauT's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
That's sick, though.
This is
19
not
and
good.
19 and a half minutes on the back of all that
Yeah.
pressure is really good.
And he's clearing up the archers too. Nice job, Lix.
Yeah, so I think DauT's thinking, let's kill his archers before he upgrades to crossbow. But Lix was never planning on upgrading to crossbow here at all. He's on knights now. And DauT's going to see this. And this is where DauT needs to do all that walling. And Lix, you got to forget about the archer there, bud. You've got to dive here.
You
get
just
through.
got to go in. Get into the wood line or something at the back. Knights can't get in. Good job from DauT to wall this up, but there's still 2 houses over there. He one-taps both of them.
Wow, well
and
played.
He's able to keep himself safe. Well done from DauT.
Do you take the tower? Because you can't get through. Do you just use your knights to take the tower now?
I think you go after that house, see if you can get in here.
Yeah, I could see it.
He's going for a siege workshop. He's got the monastery behind.
Yeah, I mean, DauT's still a couple steps removed from dealing with this, right? He's going to add camels to counter knights, but Lixar's already has the next step covered with monks.
I think you go ram. You don't go Mangonel. I think you go ram.
I could see it. I mean, I think if you go for a Mangonel, it's already not going to be that helpful against Janissary if that's what you're worried against. So, yeah, I see ram. Plus 2 armor on 4 knights. Dang.
If he ever gets in, it's going to be really tough to deal with.
If anything, I think I'd prefer the attack upgrade, but he's the point here
not
is
getting in.
Just be as aggressive as possible. Sorry. He might also have to go or feel the need to go for the tower. And DauT just second TC. He will see what's coming now. He's being patient, waiting for camels. The TC is a risk if you really feel like you're going to need a castle here, right? Because that's 100 stone. So I'm a little surprised DauT's done that, but it shows that he's overall pretty comfortable.
Step Lancers make things difficult now for DauT, because all these little palisade wall things, when they stack up and attack them, they can get through really quickly.
Yeah, it's true.
And they can range the vills behind. But DauT is still trying to buy himself enough time to get that castle up. He's got the camels coming out. Lix immediately targets one.
Yeah.
He's still repairing that Mangonel. This villager has been the MVP.
Yeah, seriously.
Of this entire game.
And all because of that quick wall. Before Loom, Lix would have lost that villager if not for that quick wall. And tower's down for DauT. Now the TC can start to get hit. DauT doesn't have his own siege out. And I'm sure he wanted to drop a castle to put an end to this pressure.
Nice.
But
good outpost there from Lix.
We'll see if he completes it. He should
convert the Vill. Yeah, convert the Vill.
No
Get
way.
The Vill, dude.
No way. No way. That's actually huge.
It's massive.
The siege can't be repaired
Delete
anymore.
your own Vill. Yes. Nice job, DauT. Good job.
Oh, that is massive. Lightcap pops out. But now the tower should be able to take the Mangonel on the right. DauT's not focusing on that, though. And there's a lot going on right now as the camels and the Lightcap move out. And the tower's still there. And now monks will try and get conversions. And DauT doesn't kill it. And conversions could happen on both sides. The Mangonels are super weak. DauT's just going to take the siege and be happy with it, Dave.
Yep, and behind this, Lix has been strategically not making vills. We're going to call it strategic.
Yeah, he's just been focused.
3 minutes. Yeah, he's been focused.
Wow, converting that vill was actually huge. Because this push could have snowballed, and now that the siege is gone, DauT can drop a castle. And DauT, yet again, has found his way to get ahead in this series. 3 town centers for consistent vill production, and he'll be on Janissary soon, which is amazing against pretty much anything that Lix can make.
And I think Lix is still in the mindset of I need to do damage. He hasn't transitioned over to the I need to boom up behind now because there's no way I can.
Yep.
And that's going to be really rough. He just now bought stone and he's just now going for a TC. I think it's a couple minutes too late though, maybe.
Yeah, I think like he can do a lot to delay, but I think DauT won't even feel like he's under that much pressure to even move out just yet, right? He can take his time, add his farms. He still has more than enough gold to work with. But then I would eventually like to see DauT make Janissary. I think that's your best unit option here. I guess Camel Monk isn't horrible, but crazy eco for the Lord right now.
Oh, Lix is moving his monk around. He's thinking relics.
Relics now. Okay, late game.
Adding in a second TC, but it's so far behind DauT. And DauT is almost... Wow, he's like 16 vills ahead right now.
But that's like, it's really interesting. I really wish I could show people Lix's games from gold. But to sum it up, it's like Lix is so good that against players who aren't in the top 24, at least last season, he got such a big lead off this type of push, right? Like he already had a 10 villager lead or something. Like he started to win the game by now. Against the best of the best, they can hold a whole lot better. And Lix doesn't quite have that next step in him, right? Like the previous game we had the castle, and then he didn't have the next step. And then here, he got so much pressure in, but really felt like it had to, you know, the pressure had to kill DauT, and here DauT is Mr. Consistent, so. Pretty sick stuff. We do have a monk bringing home a relic for Lix. He's going to be on his way, but DauT would just move out, and he doesn't consider this ambitious at all, to just town center right next to Lix's buildings.
DauT's in the comfort zone. He managed to squeeze 32 farms into this little area.
Seriously. He's going to run out of space for houses eventually, but he's got enough of those too. And the only thing I'd say, I know DauT's in his comfort zone, but you also could just use this army to pressure your opponent right now. Like, there's an obvious opening at home for Lix where he's vulnerable. So I think maybe DauT just wants to clear up the buildings first, but eventually he should be moving over to his opponent.
And that's what he's doing probably right now.
And then
more farms.
I also would love to see outposts from DauT, because you're running into the darkness here, and it's good to know like what's happening. Lix's whole army.
Put a Janissary on the wood line too.
Oh, true. Yeah, they're gonna chop through.
Just one. Yeah.
Lix's whole army is on the other side in the south, and just killed one of DauT's monks. So Lix trying to get the relics that are very close, and he's gonna get one. We talked about the relic generation before, so I could see him getting 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Res collected, however, 2,500 more resources for DauT right now, as he moves forward with a really tough army to stop. I feel like if Lix had a little bit more pressure, and maybe was on the 2nd or 3rd town center as he was applying the pressure before DauT cleared it up, this is an even game.
How does Lix deal with this army?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I have no answers.
That's why I was asking you.
I mean,
this is really tough. You need like 10 step lancers.
Yeah.
12, 13 step lancers.
Yeah, a lot of cav. And like, DauT's even going to bring monks.
Oh, and there's a hole into the wood line. He's just going to have to attack the house.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like, and DauT's got 16 Janissaries. He's still got a lot of them at home, actually. Like, he could definitely bring these things forward. And then
he's about to click up, too.
Yeah, and then I think classic DauT will probably know the TC's there for Lix, know that Lix is under pressure, and probably send the boys forward, place the castle foundation in a crucial spot in the front, and in the Imperial Age, a lot of crazy things can happen here. Now, Lix he didn't pick Mongols for Imp, or at least in this matchup, he felt like that wouldn't have been the play, and he tried to end the game early. DauT converting the villager was the difference.
I think we jinxed him. I think that one moment where he lost all the archers and the men-at-arms was bad too.
Yeah.
And there was no pressure whatsoever, and DauT gets 3 towers up, right?
Yeah.
Really, really rough. But I mean, DauT had the stone in the back and the gold in the back, and he played the map perfectly. And here's the Lix coming forward with the army.
Yeah,
it's got to get up against that wood line.
DauT misfiring here. He also has the other group of his units at home still. He's not chosen to come forward with this, and Lix is going to clear this.
Nice.
Good clear from Lix. DauT's other army is just patrolled into the buildings that Lix has.
Look at the eco from him. 45 on food. He's going into cav archers already.
I'd like to see DauT maybe stonewall in the south. Like once you see that wood line and the fact it's so close to the edge of the map, just make sure that area is not an area you have to fight.
Well, he's going for outposts, so he's just getting a better idea of what the map looks like. And he's going for outposts in the north, and that's where the army from Lix is coming in. Lix is at 82 villagers, but he's 30 vills behind.
It's so rough. I do appreciate his annoyingness, though. Like, he just created 2 step lancers from the forward stables. And that's probably why DauT just wants to clear these stables up. He's like, this is just going to be a headache for me if I don't get rid of them. But he bought himself time. He's going to have a castle at home, a castle that DauT isn't going to pressure immediately, a castle that he can then make Mangudai out of. He is going to stonewall the opening in the south, so DauT can't raid him over there. And takes the fight against DauT's Janissaries. We'll see that DauT's an imp, and we'll also see that DauT's on Cav Archer, and probably won't like that, but we'll see if Lix can hold. It just feels like... I mean, it's DauT, right? DauT's lost one game in the entire season, and he's dominated Lix in this set. Lix is still searching for his first win, so it just feels inevitable right now that...
And I think Turks CA win the 1v1 against Elite Mangudai with full upgrades. They just don't have the utility against Siege that Mangudai have.
Yeah,
but they do stack up really well against them.
Yeah, if he gets...
And there's heavy Cav Archer already. Ballistics, thumb ring, everything. Oh my god.
Yeah, the big weakness for DauT was going to be, can he expand a little bit? Can he breathe? And that's what he's going to be able to do now.
He's breathing.
He's breathing.
Doesn't have bracer, but he's breathing.
Breathing without bracer. Sounds like the motto of the
Terrible
humans.
band name.
The motto of the humans. Yeah, DauT will see more golds now. Does also see the stonewalls from Lix on the other side. So had Lix not done that, these Cav Archers would have been in. Great job from him to do it, as he's pretty much bracing himself with this big push that's going to come in from DauT. But we've got double castle stack from Lix. He's dropping stables. We can tell he wants to go for Hussar. And then for Mangudai. And DauT runs right into the castle. Right into the castle.
He is Sipahi soon.
And Bombard Tower, apparently.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right, you toss one of those on the wood line in the center.
Oh, true.
You'll be ranging everything. Yep. Bracer coming in. We have Trebs coming out from DauT. We've got the Siege Workshop now for some Bombard Cannons going forward. And he already controls the entirety of the southern side of the map.
Yeah.
And he's working away on the stone walls there. Trying to get himself in.
You do also, though, need to make sure you get your walls down. Like, I don't think this game is crazy close, but Lix is going to fight. Lix's stables are producing light cav. It's sitting right in DauT's eco right now. Like, DauT really should have made a ram for these things.
Oh, true.
Like, that's going to be annoying.
Yeah. And just put a Bombard Tower there. You're good.
DauT not paying attention to that. He is going to drop a Bombard Tower on the front next to his Siege Workshops, and just one trap right now for DauT.
That Bombard Tower will outrange the castle.
God, like,
yep.
DauT, listen, DauT has had, that is pretty cool, actually. That is really cool. How much damage does it do? Not much, right?
It does a decent amount, yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, it's doing 120 attack, right?
Whoa, yeah, so it's doing 120 damage around there. Whoa.
110, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's way more than I thought. That's sick. And Castle
it
will
only
go down.
outranges until the Bracer upgrade comes in, but...
DauT is probably annoyed with himself for not clearing up these stables. Well played Lix to try and get raids in there. And Elite Mangudai on the way for Lix. Good upgrades, actually. Very good upgrades. But he needs castles. Castles are the key to be able to make the Mangudai. And now the Treb for Lix has been left exposed. And I'm sure he's looking at something else right now. And that's going to go down. And DauT's Bombard Tower trio will still stand as we see artillery.
Put some Bombard Towers in the center. Build 3.
Dude,
if they all go up at the same time, every Ville dies.
Dave, he didn't even notice the stables with flags in his base. He's not going to make a Bombard Tower in the wood.
He's going to do it soon. Yeah.
He should. It feels like the natural moment.
4, 3, 2, 1. He's got an outpost going up in the middle of Lix's eco. What on earth is that?
Well, I mean, your senses were kind of correct. He's going to make one. He's going to make it with that build.
I was off. I was off.
It is near the wood line.
Yep. And it's hidden behind the blacksmith smoke. It's obscured by the mist. Lix will never see this.
The ultimate
and he's
strategy.
making one on the wood line.
There we go.
Dude, I should have waited.
There we go. Got too excited.
Lix is going to be like, where did this bomber tower in my base come from?
It's just like, this is why, if anyone's ever watches someone play a hideout game and you feel like they resign early in the pro scene, this is why, right? Like, Lix has been behind for so long, but he's trying his best. He's so many steps behind, trying to claw it back. But it's like,
Does he attack this tower with Vills? Really?
Well, no. That tower is not completed.
Villager.
It's at 99.52%. It's a DauT tower. Huh! She did. Yeah, this is... Like, Bombard towers weren't even needed. But it is actually a really good idea with the Turks, right? They've got 12 range. Becomes very difficult for the Mangudai and Hussars to get in close to them. And this is all before DauT even shows up with his own Hussars here. He does have full upgrades on his own Cav Archers. He's leaving his Trebs a little bit exposed, and the Mangudai creep in, and this is the bonus against Siege we were talking about. So down go the Trebs for DauT. But can you push past all this? And can you even take wood now with a 12 range Bombard cannon or Bombard tower on your wood line? DauT, instead of having 10 Cav Archers sitting next to these stables, could we just have like a ram?
A ram, or maybe even villagers attacking them or something. Would be good. Also, your own Hussar would be fantastic here. Considering you have 3.5k food.
It does feel like he's taking a little bit of time on that. I was expecting that wave of Hussar to come in, and honestly,
he's just having fun here.
Yeah, he's just kind of enjoying the situation.
Oh, new villager alert. She's going in for the tower.
Oh boy. Well, how many hits is it? It's like one hit and it's up. Right? Go, lady, go! Go! No! So sad. What is that? DauT, send another one.
Just hit it with your hammer.
Dude, you can't really falter, all right? It was really stressful. There's a big army there.
Send another one.
She's just a builder. I mean,
he's gonna chop through.
Yeah, he's almost gonna chop through to be able to do it. How many villagers from Lix are gonna die on these farms, by the way? I keep seeing new villagers head over to these farms. Like, look, here's a new one.
Dramatic. They're so dramatic when they die. Watch them. Watch him.
Who?
They're
the
so
farmer?
dramatic, these guys. Yeah, watch this.
Boom. And then there's the next one. All right. Lix is sending villagers to farms from that TC. Is that another one going to farms? Oh, he's walling off the tower. Okay. DauT went from no Hussars in queue to 30 Hussars in queue. It took some time as he is building his 19th stable now in this opening.
Yep.
And
Lix is hanging on, man.
Lix is hanging on. Mangudai Hussars is the composition he's on. He's also his 4 relics. Like, DauT just hasn't been able to kill him yet. It has felt inevitable, but it still has not happened. And DauT needs to make sure he doesn't let this game go on too much longer with the relic disadvantage.
I mean, this is just an intimidating place to push, though. If you look at it from Lix's point of view, like, that just feels like you're never doing anything. Yeah,
but when you're on Elite Mangudai and Hussar with 4 relics, you feel like you're a fool if you resign, right? You feel like you've still got a shot if your opponent isn't able to finish you off. And credit to Lix, like, he was down by 30 villagers. He's not that far down now. And he's lost 36. So it hasn't been good for him, but he's brought it back and showing his fighting spirit here. His DauT just gets
open now on
upgrade
the
after
woodline.
upgrade.
We can finish the tower, DauT.
Yep, and see DauT. Or make a new tower. Taking a big fight, honestly, I think that this fight is such a good fight for DauT that Lix probably just calls it here.
Yeah.
He'll lose all of his Mangudai mass. He'll lose his castle. DauT's dropping more towers next to it, and Lix gives him the GG well played and the good luck for what will be a series against DauT. Against Yo for DauT, sorry. And the winner of that series will get first in this group, and the loser will get second. I'm pretty sure that much is confirmed right now. But dang, DauT looked so good. Like, Lix had some really messy moments that he brought to DauT today, and DauT just swatted him away like a fly.
DauT has been playing, honestly, DauT has low-key been playing really good Age of Empires for like the last year. He's actually improving over the last year, which is, you know, DauT for the years prior, you're just looking to see if he held steady, right? But I mean, he's getting really, really good performances.
Agreed.
And this just proves it again. I mean, he made Lix look like he was just an easy player to match up against.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's 3-0'd Licks. He's 3-0'd running. He 3-0'd Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
And then he lost one game versus Valis, which was on Socotra. And now he's going to go up against Yo. It's actually a very similar story for Yo when they eventually meet, because Yo only lost one game and Yo ended up losing against Daniel. But yeah, great series. I feel bad for Licks, but we saw more fight from Licks today than we did in previous rounds. And I give him a lot of respect for that, because he truly was coming out to play every game and really gave it his best shot. I just think the depth of skill and strategy just wasn't there today, and unfortunately for him, we know he's relegated. But we'll look at the results and what that means. Should be kind of a repeat of what we talked about before, though, right? Because Yo and DauT at the top, and then the odds are still the same for Valis, Running, and Daniel. So left to be decided in this group in the final week. Well, actually, there's still around this week. The Running Daniel series tomorrow will be immensely important, but Yo and DauT, number 1 or number 2, confirmed. Valis, Daniel, and Running then fighting over 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which is 3rd place playoff, 4th place alive next season, and then 5th place relegation.
Mm-hmm.
Should be brutal. What do you think about the series tomorrow, Running Daniel? If you had to predict one player to win that one.
It's weird because coming into Platinum League, like before everything, I think I predicted Running would win that set.
Okay.
But Running has not been doing as well as he did last time, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been surprised by Daniel. I didn't think he was going to win against Valis.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
At
least it's not going to be a clean sweep. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I agree. And if it were to be a clean sweep, that would be worse for Valis, I think, in terms of his hopes, because he doesn't want to get past it all. But yeah, Daniel won 2-1 versus Valis. Looks great. Daniel could have won 2-1 versus Yo, but just got one win. I'm like, holy crap, Daniel's a beast. Daniel's going to get 2nd or 3rd. He looked horrible against DauT, though, this past week. Just like bad.
Yeah, I think DauT's a bad matchup for Daniel, though.
Yeah,
You've
it could
got
be.
like an impulse player versus a thinking player.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just kind of they usually don't turn out too well there. I had Daniel winning against Running 2-1. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's what
prediction.
I have. I'm gonna give Daniel the edge going into tomorrow's series. And then we got some big ones. Yo, DauT, Valis, Running. Valis, Running possibly could be loser. There's relegated, and then Daniel Licks. Licks is already relegated, but Daniel will look for more points. So, good stuff. But, I mean, in terms of the day, in terms of us entering the 4th week of TTL, the games were phenomenal today.